morning, Liberty County. Our top story in Bedrock Valley today. Residents say the town's rapid growth has brought new homes, new businesses, but not a post office. And for many, that's becoming more than just an inconvenience. It's a daily frustration. WCS2's Max Dutton is live outside the Bedrock Valley Home Depot, where locals say they're having to improvise just to get basic mail services. Max?
Good morning, Kayla. Yeah, behind me is the Bedrock Valley Home Depot, which has unexpectedly become a sort of unofficial mail hub. Residents are picking up deliveries here, using lockers, and even coordinating package drop-offs because, simply put, there's still no post office in town. I spoke with one resident who says the situation is getting out of hand. Tell me, how has the lack of a post office affected your day-to-day life?
Honestly, it's a mess. I've got to drive 25 minutes just to mail a letter. Packages get rerouted, delayed. Sometimes they don't show up at all. And with Bedrock Valley growing this fast, it feels like we're being left behind.
And you're not the only one feeling this way?
Not even close. Everyone I talk to says the same thing. We need a real post office. Not next year. Not someday. Now.
Residents say they've contacted county officials, and while discussions are underway, there's still no timeline for when or where a Bedrock Valley post office might be built. For now, locals will keep relying on workarounds like these pickup lockers behind me. But they say it's far from a long-term solution. Reporting live in Bedrock Valley, I'm Max Dutton, WCS2 News.
Thank you, Max. And we'll continue following this story as Bedrock Valley pushes for the essential services its growing population needs. That wraps up this morning's edition of WCS2 Daybreak. From all of us here, thank you for starting your day with us. Stay safe, stay inspired, and keep your eyes on the road ahead. I'm Kayla Angels. We'll see you tomorrow at sunrise.
Howdy, y'all. I'm Mayor Graves. Grab your favorite beverage, punch the clock, and let's go to work today in Liberty County. All right, folks, welcome back to Bedrock Valley. Today we're starting where most of the real work happens, off camera, early morning, when the town's quiet, and the only thing awake is the coffee maker. Flintstone Loop, our main street, needed some love. So before the sun even came up, we went intersection by intersection cleaning up the mess. Pulled out traffic lights that were doing more blinking than helping, trimmed down crosswalks that led to nowhere, and set lane priorities so folks stopped treating the road like a choose-your-own-adventure book. We then slapped some stop signs on the cross streets because apparently yield is the suggestion around here. And finally, we laid grass along both sides of the loop. Not for beauty, not for charm. It's there to stop people from parking their trucks on the main drag like it's a yard sale. Next up, let's pull up the air pollution map. And for once, the universe decided to cut us a break. The wind's blowing all that industrial haze over the mountains and away from town. So if you've noticed the sunsets looking extra dramatic lately, that's not artistic flair. That's particulate matter doing its best impression of a watercolor painting. Now let's take a look at the ground pollution map, and this is where the optimism ends. The heavy industrial zone is leaking toxins into the soil like a busted radiator, and it's creeping toward our neighborhoods. You don't need a scientist to explain it. It's bad, real bad. But we had to act. We're launching what I'm calling Operation Tree Wall. Oak and pine, thick, tall, stubborn trees, planted in dense rows along several city blocks. Hopefully provide a natural barricade between the factories and the folks just trying to breathe air that don't taste like metal. We even tore down the Dollar General on 2nd Street to make some room. 6 full city blocks going from future development to forest preserve. Let's take a look at the citizen happiness overview now, because folks are not shy about their opinions. Turns out living in a city with no post office and unreliable internet doesn't exactly spark joy. So we'll cash in some development points and unlock the telecom tower and the highways. Our first order of business, a post office. We'll use a small USPS post office asset from PDX Mods and tuck it into the city services block. We'll assign operations to Bedrock Valley and place blue postal drop boxes on street corners all around town. And just like that, we've got mail. Let's quickly hop over behind the Steelworks building and we'll drop our telecom tower here. That thing is now the field office for WCS2 TV and the reason you can finally watch a video without buffering every 5 seconds. Bedrock Valley just went from frontier town to we have actual internet, so it's a big day. We're going to tear out a section of Avenue G here, make room for a proper city park. We'll place the softball field and then rework Avenue G around it. Next, let's add a basketball court, parking area, and carve out a dirt pedestrian path that looks like it's been worn down by decades of kids crowding across the field. We'll wrap the whole block in chain link fencing and plant some shade trees, make it feel like a real community space, not just a patch of grass with a sign. Next up, let's clear some trees and remove a section of road to make room for a mobile home park. We're going to have gravel roads, a tight layout, and no trailers facing the main streets. Even a trailer park deserves a little bit of curb appeal. We'll use the platter mod to squeeze in as many homes as we can and give the ground a custom service so it has that authentic lived-in feel. We'll finish it off with pine trees, oak trees, and a sprinkle of wild bushes. Let's jump from trailer park to luxury living by placing down the cedar residences. These are high-end apartments for folks who want a view, a balcony, and maybe a dishwasher that doesn't sound like a jet engine. Let's swing down to the highway intersection, and we're going to add in some dedicated turning lanes. Nothing says small town chaos like a line of cars waiting behind someone who suddenly decides that they might turn. We'll monitor how this plays out since the new update to some of the traffic AI. Now it's time to completely overhaul the city services block. We're going to start by spending another development point to unlock the welfare office. We'll bulldoze part of Meadow Street, level the terrain, and build a proper civic hub. We'll put the welfare office in the center, police station on the right, fire station on the left, and we'll tuck the post office in behind it. The rural welfare office will serve as a nice center of city government operations for Bedrock Valley. We're going to throw down some of these nice parks, connect it all with walkways and a cafe, and then we'll landscape it to make it feel like a place where real work gets done. With that, I think we will clock out here today and pick it back up next time. Flintstone Loop is cleaner, the city is a little greener, the services are stronger, and Bedrock Valley is one step closer to being the kind of place people are proud to call home. Thank you for clocking in with me today. If you enjoyed this episode, please drop a like, leave a comment or suggestion, and hit the subscribe button. It's all greatly appreciated, and I'll see you in the next one.